there, ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy MtG here, back with another Magic the Gathering video, and today I'm going to be playing Brad Nelson's Simic Flash deck that he took to the finals of the Mythic Championship 7 that just happened over this past weekend. If you were paying attention to that, it was a really cool event. I watched some of the games. Super exciting stuff. I think Standard is in a really cool place. And if you're a competitive Magic player, you'll be interested in this deck because it just won Brad Nelson $50,000 in a big-time tournament. So that's super cool. Yeah, let's kind of go through the deck just a little bit here and to kind of talk about the archetype of Simic Flash. So the powerhouses right now, the very key archetype cards for Simic Flash are, first of all, Frilled Mystic. That's been in Standard for a while. A 4-mana 3/2 with Flash that counters a spell. So this is a creature counter spell. I think that's pretty interesting. And this has been a staple for Simic Flash. It's a very important card in the deck. And then just recently in M20, we picked up Nightpack Ambusher, which is another Flash creature. And it's a 4/4 wolf for 4, and other wolves and werewolves you control get +1/+1. And at the beginning of your end step, if you didn't cast a spell this turn, you create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. So this is really a powerhouse in the mid to late game. If you're able to slot this in at the end of your opponent's turn and into, you know, a pretty, even if it's not into an open board, this is a really, really nice play to make because it gives you a lot of advantage on the field if you're not playing spells on your own turn. Other things, this is a new card, Brazen Borrower from Throne of Eldraine. Really, really nice piece. I'm actually kind of surprised there's not 4 copies of it in the deck. I mean, we'll see how it goes, I guess. We got some interesting choices here, I guess, because of what the meta was looking like. I respect Aethergust particularly as a choice because he knew, I guess, the meta was going to be primarily Jund Sacrifice and Jeskai Fires, and this hits quite a few things in that. This hits Fires of Invention, this hits Bolas, Sarkhan, Chandra, actually. It's a very important piece because Chandra can't be countered. The big Chandra, I mean. Big Chandra cannot be countered, but Aethergust actually does put it on the top or bottom of their library. But this also takes care of a lot of things in Jund Sacrifice because most things in Jund Sacrifice are red or green because you've got a lot of multicolored spells that include red in that deck. We also have one Negate and 1 Quench here, and then 2 Mythical Disputes and 3 Sinister Sabotage to kind of round out the counter magic suite of this deck. Now, what I think is most interesting about this build is that we actually have a little bit of ramp in the deck, and that's not something you commonly see from Simic Flash. Usually in this, you know, instead of Paradise Druids and Growth Spiral, we're going to be seeing Brineborn Cutthroats. I know for sure that's what I would be running if I had made this deck, but, you know, I'm not a pro Magic player, so that's, you know, probably why. Because he decided to play Paradise Druids and 4 Growth Spirals here, and I think the ramp really ended up paying off in a lot of those games. Another interesting thing you don't often see in Simic Flash is Hydroid Krasis and Nissa Who Shakes the World. Both fantastic cards, both really, really strong, but you don't usually see them because they can't be played with Flash. Same with Paradise Druid. These are all going to have to be played on your own turn, and so that can be an issue if you're wanting to hold up counter spells. But I suppose if you're able to play a Nightpack Ambusher at the end of an opponent's turn, and then the following turn play a Nissa Who Shakes the World, that is a huge power swing in your favor, and I think Nissa also just opens up quite a bit, or quite a few options with being able to hold up mana if your lands have vigilance and are attacking for you. So yeah, that's something. Let's look briefly at the sideboard. We've got another Aethergust in there for those decks that are wanting to run a lot of red and uncounterable spells. We've got another Negate, 1 Kenrith's Transformation, which I find odd. I didn't watch every game that this deck played, so I'm not actually sure when you would be slotting this in. So, yeah. Quite possibly against just super powered creatures that we want to turn into 3/3s instead of, you know, and we don't have a lot of ways to remove things in this deck, so this can be a way to do that against really, really important creatures that our opponents have. And then we're playing 2 Sorcerer Spyglass in the sideboard, I believe, for Planeswalkers against Jeskai Fires and stuff like that. And also I saw this come in against Witch's Cauldron, right? Witch's Cauldron or whatever. The thing that sacrifices stuff, the artifact that sacrifices stuff in Jund Sacrifice, if you're able to basically negate that, they lose a lot of the value of their Cauldron Familiars, the little black cats, you know, they lose a lot of value to that. We're running 2 more Mystical Disputes for decks that are running blue, and we want to counter them, especially in the mirror matchup. You'd want to be playing this. Running a single Crushing Canopy. I believe this is primarily for Jeskai Fires to get rid of Fires of Invention. And then in this sideboard, we got 4 Lovestruck Beast, which is an interesting choice, but I kind of like it because it's a strong blocker we need against aggro decks. This is a very, very good option against aggro decks because we're able to, first of all, put down a 1/1 white, you know, a 1/1 blocker, excuse me, that can just chomp for us. But also a 5/5 body for 3 mana is really, really nice against decks that are going to be wanting to attack early. Another Hydroid Crisis here, and then 2 Chemister's Insight there. Honestly, again, not really sure when you would be slotting in Chemister's Insight. Probably against control decks that want to be playing in the late game. This allows you to get card advantage while they're holding their mana if they don't have plays to make. So we are going to jump into a traditional standard best of 3 game, see how this series goes, because I wanted to kind of play this deck. I've never played Simic Flash that was built this way, and I think 1 series is probably enough, depending on the matchup, obviously. If we get kind of a meta matchup, it's a good way to kind of see the deck, feel it out, see how it plays. Of course, we want to play first. That's great. Okay. This is a pretty decent hand. It's not incredible. We don't have any ramp here, but this is going to be solid because it gives us Sinister Sabotage on turn 3 and Quench on turn 2. So we'll definitely keep that. I'm hoping I don't draw into a Paradise Druid here because I'm not sure. I really don't think I want to be playing a Paradise Druid on turn 2 and not having a counterspell up. But we'll see. We'll see what we're up against. Of course, being on the play does help us quite a bit because we're not going to have to hold up Quench on their turn 3, right? That would be a bummer if we were playing a play behind. My dude is taking his time. Dark Shark. I'm really interested to know what we're up against here. With piloted by Karn the Great Creator over here. Yeah, if you're watching this video and you saw any of the Mythic Championship 7, let me know what you thought of stuff in the comments below. I have been so far pretty appreciative of Magic's kind of I don't know, they're reworking of the pro scene for Magic as it's going a lot more digital. I think it's pretty interesting what they're doing, and they're working on making, you know, their esports casters better, and I think they're getting there. It feels somewhat professional, but not completely, just due to the, you know, the caster personalities are not, I don't feel quite as professional as I would like. Maybe it doesn't, you know, it's not like you're watching ESPN, you know, you're watching a nerd thing where all the people that are casters are kind of friends, and so that's a little bit strange, but I've been pretty appreciative of it. I think it's kind of cool what they're doing. And I'm just kind of rambling here because Dark Shark has decided to do what? I don't know what they're doing. I guess deciding whether to mulligan or not, and so it's going to come to me. Yep, and we go Breeding Pool, enters tapped. And let's see if they actually play. If they don't play, I guess we win. Okay, it looks like they're alive. I see movement. I saw movement there. It looks like they're alive. I hope they're not trolling me right now. There we go. There's a land. This might be a Knight of the Ebon Legion here. Cauldron Familiar. Okay. Okay, yeah, we hold up Quench here. If we see a Witch's Cauldron, we definitely counter that. That's going to be an issue. Okay, it's mono black. It may not be Jund Sacrifice or Golgari Food as I expected. It may just be mono black, which... If we see a Priest of Forgotten Gods, we'll probably counter that. Nope, we see nothing. Okay, so we play land and pass the turn. We have 2 Night Pack Ambushers in hand. We also have a Sinister Sabotage in hand. Yeah, we take a damage. Okay, they are short on land. We will pass turn, and I will Growth Spiral at the end of their turn if I have mana up. Since we are stuck on 3 lands and they're stuck on 2, this may just be kind of a slow start. This is really unfortunate. I mean, I'm gonna let that resolve. That's not a devastating play, and I'd rather play Growth Spiral than anything else. Now, pass to blockers, pass to damage. Okay, we go Growth Spiral here, hopefully draw into a land. There we go, there's a forest. That's nice. Alright, let's see. I think right now it will be best to go ahead and get Paradise Druid out. That's going to give us more to do on our next couple of turns. And I don't feel like we need a block here or anything like that, and we still are able to hold the Quench up. There's another Foulmire Knight. Again, I think we just let this resolve. I'm definitely more worried about them playing Priest of Forgotten Gods or something. So we take the 2 damage. I'm okay with that. Okay, goes to our turn. That's solid. Let's see about this. If we tap Paradise Druid, leave up Breeding Pool, but we can't really attack with it. I'm trying to think about how counterspells will work. Okay. Let's tap Paradise Druid to get a green mana. Yeah, we'll just do this. And then I'm going to untap an island, actually, rather than a forest, because this still allows us to play both Quench or Sinister Sabotage, and this is a blocker for Cauldron Familiar. They can attack with Foulmire Knight and get away with it. That's fine. Okay, there's a Witch's Cottage. Coming in hot here, we'll go block there. Take 2 on Nissa, that's fine. We get rid of the Cauldron Familiar. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, we're about to get crazy on these homies. Okay, what we can do actually is just play Nightpack Ambusher straight up here, and then untap like this. Attack for 6, and then we're holding up counter spells and another Nightpack Ambusher. So we are in a really, really solid position right now. Yeah, we'll just quench that. Pass 2 attackers. I'm assuming they don't attack or they will die. And then we will flash in another Nightpack Ambusher, and oh my lordy. Okay, we will do this. Question now becomes, do we actually attack and risk losing lands? Can we get lethal right here if they don't block correctly? Yeah, if we attack in, they can block both our Nightpack Ambushers and we lose a ton of value. So I'm just gonna pass turn for now, create my wolf tokens, and then next turn we pretty much win because we can counter whatever they play this turn, and then flash in another Nightpack Ambusher, and things are getting crazy. So yeah, Leafkin Druid. I think we counter just to keep a blocker off the field. Yeah, why not? I'll keep that on top. No attackers. We'll flash in another Nightpack Ambusher.
Rise, my elemental friend.
We're going to keep one Nightpack Ambusher back. I'm okay with losing lands at this point and losing ambushers because we still have one. And if they... It doesn't really matter what they block here. They could potentially have... whatchamacallit. Yeah, but they die no matter what, unless they can flash in a... What was the card I'm thinking of? The Black Knight, that's a 3/1, it has flash, gives something lifelink and whatnot. Okay, so we obviously cut Aether Gust because they're playing mono black, we don't need that. Let's see. This doesn't hit artifacts. I think I'd probably pull in Sorcerer's Spyglass for Witch's Cauldron. Other than that, I'm really solid on, I think, what we, everything else, I think we're solid on. Actually, I mean, Mystical Dispute is less good. So I think maybe we cut one of those, go and put a negate in. I don't think Lovestruck Beast is what we need here. We are on the draw, though. We are on the draw. I think this is fine. Alright, they're ready as well. Ooh, yikes. So we're on the draw, and we've got a Quench and a Negate. The problem is that we can't play our Growth Spiral, and I don't think I really want to trust drawing into a green mana source. So I think we mulligan this. Okay. Yikes. We only have 2 mana again and no ramp here. I think we keep it though, because I don't want to. I'm not mulliganing to 5. Do we maybe put Nissa on the bottom though? I think we put Nissa on the bottom, keeping Hydroid Crisis, because if they deal quite a bit of damage, oh, they have green. Did they have green that whole time? They're playing Golgari Food, and they just didn't show green at all. This is insane. Oh, crap. Okay, it doesn't change a ton, but this could be problematic, especially since our first draw was not a land, and we really needed it to be. Okay, so there's Curious Pair. Let's go Castle Vantress, pass turn. So we have a Quench up. And a Negate, depending on what we see here. Kinrith's Transformation. I'm going to negate that. They lose out on a 3/3 and a draw. So let's negate it. Okay, Growth Spiral is nice. I wish I had another land in hand so we could Growth Spiral into a Quench, but we can't. So we have to trust here. So either we just counter something that is dangerous, because they're at 4 mana now, with Castle Garenbrig. So that means, actually they can't use Castle Garenbrig's ability. Pass 2 attackers. If they pass all the way through their turn, that is really strange. I guess they're not attacking because they're afraid of me flashing something in. We Growth Spiral here. We don't get a land, which sucks. We'll get another Growth Spiral though. So we're in the same boat as last turn. We have pretty much exactly the same choices, except they have more land than us. Okay, Cauldron Familiar. I think I'll let that resolve. That's less of a problem than a lot of other stuff that we might run into. They may not be able to play anything right now. Let's pass 2 attackers. See if they attack with Curious Pair. If not, we just Growth Spiral. Pass to blockers. Pass to damage. So that is a foolish move. They probably should have saved that food for Cauldron Familiar. I'm not real sure what my opponent is doing here. gonna growth spiral. And we don't get a land. Yes, we still don't have lands, baby. That is awesome. So good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we pass turn. We just have a lot of creatures we can't play. I would love to be on 4 lands to flash in Frilled Mystic. There is... I'm actually, this is stupid. I'm going to play this for 2. We don't have our 4th, like our other green mana source. There it is. Okay, we have it now, so next turn we are in a much better situation. Because we can play Frilled Mystic and or Nightpack Ambusher. They're still stuck on 4. If they pass through the turn, that's huge for us. Okay, great. So we go Forest here, and I'm going to hold Krasis as a blocker at this point in time. Let's see what they got. Do I care about the Heraldic Banner? No, I don't care about the Heraldic Banner. I'm not going to Frilled Mystic that. They have to choose between green and black here. Okay, they choose green. If they attack, I take the damage. Yeah, no blocks. I take the damage. Oh, I'm dumb. I should have flashed in Nightpack Ambusher there. I mean, I guess it's kind of smart. I was holding up Frilled Mystic. My plan was to hold up Frilled Mystic through combat, but I just realized they're nearly tapped out and they don't have black mana, which was what I was scared of in the first place, so I should have probably flashed that in as a blocker. So let's go to combat. I will attack with Ambusher. See what the homie does. They block with Cauldron Familiar, which feels strange. Let's go to damage. End turn. And we create a token, which is now a blocker for Curious Pair. Feasting King Troll. That is something we want to counter. For sure. Get out of here, Feasting King Troll. Feasting Troll King? Take that action, baby. Alright, we pretty much just won. We'll attack with all of these. Don't really feel like just attacking into death with my Frilled Mystic. Excuse me. Yep, go to damage. That's just fine. We create another wolf token, and we have a full hand of stuff to play. We got counter spells out the butt. That's game, right? Do we have lethal? Got 4, 10, 16, 18. We have 18. Oh, but wait, no, now we have lethal because wolf buff. GG. This deck is pretty bonkers. Man, I mean, we were playing against an opponent who got, I think, mana screwed in a deck that was very mana greedy with its spells. But, I mean, it feels good. My only issue with the deck is that having not piloted it very much, I'm not quite sure how to sideboard everything. I wish I could have given a better... I really wish I could have... Not that. I really wish I could have given a better sideboard guide. But, I mean, I feel like the deck is great. I like that it has the option to play on your turn, Nissa Who Shakes the World. It opens up a lot of avenues for you. And it's not so greedy with the flashing. Like, with the flashing. I respect that it's not playing Brindborn Cutthroat, because it's not, you know, you're not playing tempo as much with this deck. You're really playing counter early and then try to sneak in bigger threats in the mid game. I like that strategy, I think. I know there were other Simic Flash decks, and I think they actually looked a lot like this one. I know Seth Manfield's did. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you want to see more showcases for professional top tier constructed decks, let me know in the comments below. I think I kind of like this format of just kind of talking through a deck that a pro has piloted to the top of a tournament. I think that's pretty cool. I don't play a ton of super competitive decks, but this is a chance for me to showcase that. So if you like this video, be sure to A, like the video, and B, comment below that you do want to see more of this content in the future, because I kind of like making it. It's not that bad. It's not too like, I don't have to put in a ton of work up front to craft decks and test them. I'm just like, hey, this is a deck that made top tier in a tournament, you know, made it to the finals, and this person won $50,000 playing this deck. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed it. Peace, homies.